YouTube's advertisements suck. I don't even really have a good lead-in. It's just, wow. I've commented on this so many times. I've made so many videos, and I'm gonna continue to make these videos because YouTube needs to learn just how out of touch and fucked up they are for allowing advertisements such as these on their platform. What is up with the level of uncaring employees at YouTube? I know for a fact that there are people who have to look at these ads before they go public and get published. I know this for a fact, and you are seriously telling me that these ads get approved by a fucking human being? Somebody looked at these ads and said, yeah, that's good enough, go ahead. That's disgusting. And you know, I've planned 4 different times how I wanted to start this video, and I just, fuck it. There's no joke, there's no lead-in, it's just YouTube's advertisements suck, dude. They've sucked for a long fucking time, and YouTube refuses to do anything about it. So, I've come back for, I don't know, a 5th, 6th fucking time now, I lost count, to talk more shit about some YouTube advertisements. Most of them are scams, most of them are porn bait. Either way, it's disgusting, vile, gross, and sickening. We deal with enough shit knowing that our country's being burned to the fucking ground and we're all being volunteered for a war that we didn't want. But let me go ahead and share with you some of the bullshit that YouTube likes to shove in our faces from time to time. Oh boy, here we go. It's been a while since I could hold my head up high, and I blame it mostly on these piece of shit abominations that corporate assholes pretend actually affects their business. YouTube has been suffering for a long time with its inconsistent, overblown, sexually aimed, and cringe advertisements that continue to make my stomach bubble something mean. I'm afraid that we've officially entered an era of no return. All of our entertainment is being flooded by unnecessary ads that don't even seem to come across as a legitimate service or business or product. Think about this for a minute. Why would you ever want to take a break from what you're watching? We live our lives constantly on the move, some of us sweating and bleeding just to make the fucking ends meet. And at the end of the day, all I want to do is relax, make some ramen, and enjoy my TV or YouTube content. That being said, a lot of the time you hear these weirdos online defend the usage of advertisements as they serve to benefit the people responsible for putting them out there. Nothing more. You don't need to have advertisements. I don't know who decided that you have to, because you really don't. This is just a made-up concept by a bunch of suited assholes who make more money than we do. As long as they're getting their wallets lined in thick, filthy cash, who the hell cares that people are being inconvenienced to this degree? I've talked about ads on this platform so many fucking times. There's absolutely no reason why half of these deplorable and exploitative practices exist, other than to make someone else rich. As of lately, I had found myself growing more and more frustrated by these ads because they fail in every fucking aspect to deliver what they're supposed to. On top of that, most of the time, it's just hot fucking garbage. Who wants to play a shitty fucking mobile game that nobody's ever heard of? Who wants to watch pornography on a family-friendly site? I don't. Even though I've talked about some of the really disgusting ads I've witnessed before, I really have to tell you that they've somehow gotten worse. I'm so fed up that I decided to break my own rule of taking a break from content creation, and I came back with fists flying because I'm so fucking over this crap. And you should be too. It's not like we ever needed ads or commercials. Has anyone ever truly given a shit about the quality of a commercial? That's so bizarre. Usually I just turn my head away from the screen and close my ears to the bullshit that's playing. Sure, you can block the ads, but that only gets rid of them for a brief moment. Like a singular roach caught in your basement, there are even more waiting to surprise you around every corner. So let's just get started and see where the fuck YouTube's awful advertisements send us this time. What do we have here? Looks like a pool party in the middle of winter. Obviously, I'm aware that these women are relaxing in a hot tub, but what I'm unaware of is why this matters to the fucking product. This is probably just another shitty gacha mobile game that banks off of microtransactions and sketchy practices. So why the fuck are these women just sitting in a tub? Is that the whole game? You just sit in a tub with your fucking tootsie sticking out? I love how the first thing you see is that lady's foot, sticking out like an infected splinter in my finger. Glad to see that the foot fetish community is still prospering and outing themselves to every human being alive. Why does she have cat ears? None of these people even look like they belong in this setting. And what's up with the gigantic fucking mushroom? He looks high as hell. I really don't understand why someone would take one look at an advertisement like this and feel any sort of investment with it. This is actually nothing. Why would you want to play a game where the main goal is to bathe in a fucking hot tub? Does anybody have any fucking standards anymore? This obviously isn't the only ad that had me all hot and bothered. I actually spent quite a few minutes trying to capture some screen recordings of most of the ads I'm discussing today, and I'll go into detail with each one, breaking them down for their unforgivable content and ridiculous interruptions.
He's the one up and pacing now, back and forth behind the coffee table. It's as if he's having to work up the courage to find his own word.
Look at how fast that ad ended. They do this on purpose so they can quickly throw as much fucking corporate bullshit in your face without giving you the option to skip. The ad ends purposefully after 5 seconds, and then it's right on to the next one. This is such a predatory idea. They can't just give you one single 10-second ad or maybe a 15-second skippable one. It's always a bunch of little shit squeezed between, making sure that you have to watch it.
The Omano OM88 is our longest-selling, most durable binocular compound microscope, and one of our 2 best-selling compound systems of all time.
How did I wind up here? Let me ask you something. Who do you know that would purchase a fucking microscope off of a YouTube advertisement? I hope your answer is nobody, because it's the only one I'll accept. I've never once thought about buying something like a microscope, not even close. I've never even Googled one. This is just a prime example of YouTube's shitty algorithm and how crooked and bent out of fucking shape it is. Give me a break. I hope you're ready to get even angrier, because this next advertisement had me giggling. I should clarify, these were angry giggles. I was not happy to laugh about it. This is a weird, kink-filled fever dream known as Lands of Jail. Right away, you can tell the advertisement is AI generated due to the Pixar-esque design of both of these women. The one is just a straight-up Harley Quinn asset stolen from some shitty abandoned mobile project. Yeah, it wouldn't be a Gooner ad if it didn't have fucking Harley Quinn in it. Can't forget about her. I feel like there's grounds for a lawsuit there. Aside from the strange avatars, they proudly showcase certain mechanics and options that lead me to believe this is just some weird fucking asshole's attempt to unapologetically share his kinks.
Cells are too cramped for all these people. Gotta expand them. Forget about luxury beds. Just add a few wooden ones and squeeze together. Prisoners here are complaining about not enough toilets.
What the hell is happening? The prisoners don't have enough room in their cells, so the AI voiceover tells us to make room for more, which the person demonstrating in the ad refuses to do. Then everyone starts shitting themselves, and I guess this turns them into zombies? Dude, why is the prison covered in poop and green fog? Why is everyone throwing up and shitting without warning? I've never understood this either. If you're trying to showcase a game that you put a lot of effort and time into, wouldn't you try to show some of the highlights of the gameplay? Whoever animated this pre-rendered bullshit made sure to purposefully select every negative option just so they can fail at the end under the guise and claim that the game is extremely hard. But the ones responsible for this fake fucking game don't even realize that we don't want to play this. Who wants to play a prisoner simulator where you have to make sure everyone has a place to shit and puke, otherwise they turn into zombies, start an uprising, and leave the prison? There's not a single fucking point as to why this game exists, at all. Like, look, it's right there in your fucking face. Tay again? Who the fuck is Tay? Did you mean play? How do you misspell a normal word so fucking incorrectly? That's the same as me pouring diesel into my gasoline-fueled car. You have to try to fuck that up. This is most definitely one for the books. How can a game that doesn't even properly advertise itself claim that it's praised by gamers worldwide? It doesn't match the context of the headline when the image that portrays your fucking games is invisible. What happened? Where is the fucking game? That tagline is lame too. The sun is setting, defense is up. What does that mean? Is this another shitty zombie gacha game? Or is it just a simple Candy Crush clone? You never know unless you look it up, which I'm not doing. You might think that I lost Wi-Fi or maybe my cell phone service was out, but no, there are multiple ads that exist like this on YouTube, where the banner is just non-existent. The truth is, they don't give a shit. They paid the money, their ad is up, and everything else just falls into place. They don't care that the quality of these things is actual ass. Kingshot is a shitty mobile game that has constantly pestered me into downloading and playing it, but thankfully I have yet to crack. It embellishes itself with the false idea that it has 0 ads, meaning you can play the game as long or as little as you want with no interruptions. This is false. The game itself not only contains ads, but it also contains some really insulting promotions on YouTube. There are multiple cases where Kingshot's paid lemmings conduct a really unprofessional and disgusting promotional video for the game, but they're always disguised as this strange gooner fantasy. I once heard an ad from this game where a grown man was moaning in my ear about how the men are gonna get inside him, and then another where some fucking asshole says, "The Red Rizzler gang is trying to edge me." You couldn't torture me to say something that disgusting and vile. Who would want to play this filth? It's not even a good tower defense game, it's just a shitty recycled idea that some scumbag profits off of. Somehow. I don't get why they're trying so hard to force pornography and innuendos on YouTube. Get a fucking grip. This is another style of ad that resonates with those Republican men that hate their fucking wives and can't stand being away from their video games for even a second.
Let me have a go.
No way, no way. Beat the boredom. Download Candy Crush Saga for free now.
The trope that this advertisement displays is so fucking outdated, unfunny, annoying, lazy, and stupid. They didn't even put any effort into it. He probably looked at his stepsister here and begged her to sit next to him in the back of an Uber so he could film this shitty shit. Isn't that funny, guys? Ignoring your wife and not allowing her to share the fun with you? What's the point? Are you saying that you hate women? Because that's the only takeaway I'm getting. It's dog shit. AI-generated gooner slop. I'm not even gonna waste my time on this one. Read the caption and that's all the context you need. Don't download it. Now what the fuck is going on? There are 2 women dancing on stripper poles. They're dressed very particularly, but not for any sane reasons. The woman on the left looks like she belongs in Cyberpunk, while the woman on the right looks like a fucking Fortnite skin. And they're both caked up with their asses in our faces, which is really great. Exactly what I want to see on a family-friendly platform. Why is her hand like that? It doesn't look AI generated, but I don't understand the positioning here. It looks like she just finished tossing a grenade behind her, but the grenade is off camera. It's just another really lame, insulting, gross image. Oh, for fuck's sake. We've seen these types before, the ones that flat out shove the shit right into your eyes and there's no looking away. Here, we can see a woman who appears to have horns for some unexplained reason, bending over a table and looking back at the viewer in a feeble attempt to lure you into its sensual debauchery. Why does she have a tail? Why is her ass in my fucking face? All I want to do is find a decent YouTube video to relax and eat my lunch, so why the fuck am I being forced to see this shit all the time? If you get excited after seeing something like this, you need some fucking help, and I'm afraid I can't be the one to do it. Temu adores being a scam, offering scam items and scam merchandise that was probably made in a sweatshop where the workers are starved and paid 40 cents a day. I've never purchased a single item on Temu, nor do I aim to, but I'll be damned if I go a second longer without making fun of them some more. Temu is so big now that they should have zero excuse for their shady business practices and awful advertising. This is an AI-generated image of a normal person jumping in the road while wearing high heels. That's it. The caption at the bottom confirms this statement. The world has become so fucking lazy that they can't even hire real people to leave their homes and jump up in the air just by taking a glance at this image. Can I ask what the problem was with hiring a real person? Like, you could just get a pair of leather boots and tell them to skip around like a fuckwad. Wouldn't you want a more personable commercial if you were trying to sell your shit? People don't want to see an AI-generated video of some goofball jumping in the streets. They want human beings, real, live people who can share stories and communicate in millions of ways over a fucking robot. It's not that hard, man. Big fan of Invincible here, and although I've seen the show 1,000 times, I still kinda can't defend the usage of these characters' images, at least when it comes to being displayed in such a cringe manner. Kiss, marry, and kill. Really? Are you a 14-year-old girl? I don't get why this would make me want to play a mobile game based off of the show. None of these characters are meant to be portrayed in this manner. It's the same as getting Freddy Krueger, John Wayne Gacy, and Robert Rhodes to sell you Girl Scout cookies. It's not really a fitting theme and comes off as an insult to the show's creators. Who knows, maybe it's a good game. I'm only saying that because I like Invincible. I'm just not a huge mobile gamer. Although, I'll suspend disbelief for a moment and buy into this fantasy. Why would you ever kiss Conquest? Is it because he's lonely? I'd be too scared of that maniac biting my fucking face off. Compared to the other advertisements we've had, this one is extremely tame, and at least it doesn't show any kind of pornographic renditions of its characters. The only thing that's giving me goosebumps right now is the idea of a complete and total stranger telling me who I'm destined to be with for all of eternity. I don't even get the fucking point. Who is using an app like this? Are you really that lonely and desperate for affection that you're willing to go even lower? Well, look no further. Just download this fake shit that gives you more fake information and soaks up all the data from your devices. How do they even show you a picture of your supposed soulmate? Is it a random AI-generated avatar that doesn't exist? Or is it stolen photos from the internet? I'm not gonna install it to find out. You don't need an app to tell you who your soulmate is, and I really hate that I have to reiterate that fucking point. If you feel like your life is lonely and you want to switch it up, by all means, you can. There are plenty of tools out there that can help people socialize more, and I can personally guarantee that there is someone out there that feels the same way you do, and they're just itching to talk to you. Don't let these shitty, disgusting fuckwads trick you into thinking that you need to download malware in order to find love. You don't. And the atrocities continue to pile up. This is yet another sick fantasy devised by some disgusting porn-brained loser that wastes his life away by categorizing women as sexual playthings. The tagline says, "More than combat," which comes off as a creepy warning, if anything. Dragon Raha is a game that has advertised itself to me quite a few times, and YouTube's algorithm seems to push it into my eyes every so often. It has never sounded like a fun or interesting game, mainly due to their toxic marketing. These types of games are advertised by lonely, dangerous men who only want your attention and time. They hide in plain sight, and they unapologetically share their kinks with the world even though none of us give a shit. The foot thing is fucking annoying. You can make a drinking game out of all the ads that show women's feet, but I gotta ask, why? Why does anybody even fucking like feet? What's really insane to me is the fact that so many versions of this kind of game exist. The whole point of the game is to just drag your finger left to right, building up more fuckholes in your army, and avoiding the hazards. Tell me, again, why does this game exist? Because it's fucking everywhere. I'm not even kidding. Talk about lazy game design. There aren't even any mechanics, it's just swiping back and forth while you fight the urge to fall asleep. Are people really entertained by this childish, ridiculous, boring crap? I'd rather fish through cow manure with my bare hands. I'd rather dig a hole in my yard using my fucking teeth. Games like this have no reason to be made. None. Ah, yes, a pair of thigh socks for men. We've officially gotten to that point in our history. This is another Temu ad, but did they really feel it was necessary to take a picture at this angle? I feel like I'm about to watch an inappropriate video. As a man, I'm not going to tell you what counts as fashionable. We all wear whatever defines us, and that's what makes us unique from one another. But why would you, as a human being, need socks this high? It looks uncomfortable. Did the model really have to strip down to their skivvies for this photo shoot? I feel like you could have just taken a picture of the socks themselves. This feels like a weird cultist initiation thing. I can't explain it very well, but I'll do my best. This is an app that, supposedly, has the right to determine whether or not you suffered from childhood trauma. Might I ask what the point is? If my answer is yes, what then? Do you have options available to get your users in touch with therapists or programs that can help them understand their traumas a bit more? No. It's nothing like that, of course.
Also, look at the background. This was written in the iPhone Notes app. Talk about lazy.
The woman in the ad was sloppily cut from another image and pasted here as an overlay. Why are there letters on her back? They look like they were painted on. I feel like I'm watching an illegal snuff film. Did they really need to paint "was I abused" across her back like she's a fucking art piece? You could have gotten away with not adding those words at all, and I feel like the ad would have been fine. Seems like a convenient excuse to get weirdos to stare at a woman's bare back. And look at the fucking questions.
Are you kidding me? How many of these are supposed to determine shit? How are these supposed to determine fucking anything? Here's another version of the same advertisement, but notice how there's an illusionary element here. For no reason whatsoever, they made it seem like this was a paused video implementing icons from YouTube's main dashboard. It's a trick to get you to click the ad itself. Holy fucking hell, I've never felt more embarrassed for a company. I'm making this the last one, for obvious reasons. I don't give a flying fuck about the game, I don't care what the game is about, nor how the gameplay looks. What I care about is the incessant gooner material that YouTube allows on its platform. This is a perfect example of someone butchering the space for their own personal kinks. This is a cat lady who has her ass sticking way up in the fucking air. Well, that's sexually explicit. There's absolutely no arguing against it. Her breasts are also accentuated, but there's a weird plushy piece of shit that's blocking our line of sight. Is it really that hard to be normal? Much like other ads I've reviewed in the past, she doesn't even resemble what she's supposed to be. It's just a human being wearing oversized cat gloves. There's nothing about her that says feline, unless you argue that her pose is trying to mimic that of a cat while it stretches, but I don't believe that's true at all. And even if it were, doesn't that seem a little bit like bestiality? Fucking disgusting. There you have it. Some more slop that YouTube peddles for more fucking cash on their end. I wish we lived in a world that had actual consequences for this bullshit, but I forget sometimes that our entire country is being run into the fucking ground by a fat orange frog who fucks children. And now, I'm forced to see even more of this pointless shit in my everyday life, which shouldn't be the new norm. It just shouldn't. Parents allow children all across the globe to use your platform under the false pretense that it's a safe and family-friendly place. I really hate how commonplace it's become for YouTube to let such tragic and disgusting advertisements run amok on their website. I remember once upon a time, YouTube didn't even fucking have ads. For the first 2 years of its lifespan, it was all about making genuine content that blew up because it was funny or relatable, and we never had interruptions. I'm aware that YouTube doesn't give a crap about its small-time users, but when it comes to everyone sharing this space, it's only right for me to call them out and point out their flaws. I'm sick to my stomach from talking about these types of things, but a part of me truly believes if I continue, I can still hold on to hope and remain optimistic that someday they'll fucking go away. Sorry for rambling so much, and I apologize if it seemed like I was angry. I was actually pissed the fuck off, which is 10 steps above anger. YouTube, your gooner scam ads are dog shit, and you should be ashamed of yourself for allowing such fucking products to even exist on your platform. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys next time.